Hey, what's up? So I wanted to do a video, which I've been meaning to do for a while, on my loose NES collection, which is what you're looking at right now. I finally have everything out of storage and up on this shelf. My wife and I previously had our entire DVD collection on here, so I moved that to the other side of the room, and I repurposed this shelf for all my loose games. So this has pretty much all of my loose carts on it, which I love because everything's in one place. I don't have to go digging through, storage tubs. If I want to find a game to play, or if I want to show somebody, something from the collection, or you know, see how many loose copies of something I have. Everything is on here, in one way or another, and hopefully I can keep it this way. So we have the NES at the bottom, Super NES, two, 1.5 rows or one row, and a few on the next row. Some loose N64 carts, Game Boy, some Genesis, one miscellaneous Master System, and up at the top there I stacked up my GameCube, Wii, and there's a couple of Wii U games up there. I have a few more of those upstairs because my Wii U is currently upstairs. And my at Star Wars Empire Strikes Back at like anybody watching this doesn't already know that. So, and I apologize if this is a little bit dark and a little handheld, but I don't know how else to do it. We're all the way down in the corner of the rec room here. There's not a very good light, so I'll just kind of zoom in and hope that everything is clear and everyone can see here. So let's just go along here. Now I have these organized in order of publisher. So I know it's a little dark, but I'm gonna, as we go up, they'll get a little bit lighter. So I'll just read them all. Soccer, Excite Bike, the original Mario Brothers, Ice Climber, Donkey Kong, Golf, 10-Yard Fight, Slalom, Baseball, Urban Champion, Excite Bike, Pinball, Popeye, Wrecking Crew, Volleyball, Pro Wrestling, Balloon Fight, 2 copies of Kid Icarus, Rad Racer, RC Pro-Am, Ice Hockey, Metroid, Tetris, Tetris 2, Final Fantasy, Mario Brothers 2, Mario Brothers 3, the original Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, Punch-Out featuring Mr. Dream, Dr. Mario, Star Tropics, Star Tropics 2, Zoda's Revenge, Kirby's Adventure, Yoshi, Yoshi's Cookie, Fax Anadu, Super Spike V-Ball, the original Dragon Warrior, Cobra Triangle, Pinbot, and Zelda 2. So those are all the loose carts that I have that are published by Nintendo, on the bottom shelf there. And yeah, I was happy that everything fit on that bottom shelf, and feels good. So let's go let's go to the next one here. So this is the Konami section. So that cart that's a really bad label is my loose copy of Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse, which is what I use to play and beat it. So I love that cart. So Castlevania, Simon's Quest, and Dracula's Curse. And my loose copy of Simon's Quest, which is autographed by the Angry Video Game Nerd, which is years ago at this point. I think I only met him once at a video game show, and oh boy, I can't even say what year that was. Probably 2008, 7, something like that. I don't know. It was pretty early in the AVGN time frame. Anyway, two copies of Double Dribble, 4 copies of Blades of Steel. I had no idea I had that many of them until I got these out and organized them. So I might have to get rid of a couple of those, but one of them is the rebranded label. So I guess that's kind of rare, or uncommon anyway. So I'll hang on to that one at least. So, Life Force, Gradius, Top Gun 2. I think The original Top Gun is also, yeah, that's also autographed by James. So those are the 2 games I got him to sign. So and he's very nice. Took a photo with him. Cool dude in person. Super C, original Contra. Track and Field 2. Stinger, Russian Attack. Turtles, the Manhattan Project. Turtles 3. Jackal, Goonies 2. Lone Ranger, Bayou Billy, Batman Returns, Tiny Toon Adventures, and then for some Data East games, Caveman games, RoboCop, Bad Dudes, Werewolf. Love that game. I know it's a little obscure, but I always like that one. Burger Time, Karate Champ, Karnov, Ring King, Rampage, Kid Nicky, another game I love that's kind of an oddball. And then a couple of miscellaneous Paperboy, Boy and His Blob, and then Lolo, Lolo 2, Lolo 3. Those are probably my favorite puzzle games on the system. I'm not big on puzzle games, but I always liked the Lolo series. I never really got into 2 and 3, but I loved the first one, played all the way through that. So one of these days, when I have a little bit of time, I'll have to see if I can go through 2 and 3. Some Capcom games. Now, I do have Mega Man 6 is over in my system right now because that's the one that I've been playing. So that's what goes in this slot right here. So when we have Mega Man 5, 4, 3, 2, and the original, 1942, Trojan, Commando, Ghosts and Goblins, Gunsmoke, 1943, Bionic Commando, one of my absolute favorites. And then some of the newer Capcom ones, or later Capcom ones, I should say. Little Nemo, Yo Noid, Rescue Rangers 1 and 2. Unfortunately, my copy of Rescue Rangers 2 label's a little chewed up there in the corner. Oh well, what are you going to do? The original's in nice condition, though. DuckTales, Willow, Strider, Disney's Adventures, Little Mermaid. And then for some Sunsoft games, Fester's Quest, Spy Hunter, Blaster Master, Lemmings, Batman, Gremlins 2, some Taito games, I believe they are, Elevator Action, Bubble Bobble, Power Blade, Sky Shark, Milton Bradley, California Games, Marble Madness, Abadox, some Trade Whist games, Double Dragon, 2 copies of the original Double Dragon, Super Off-Road, Battletoads, and then some Ultra games, Metal Gear 2, Snake's Revenge, Skate or Die, and then 2 copies of the original Turtles and Turtles 2, the arcade game. And then the last shelf, the top shelf for the NES games, some Tecmo games, Ninja Gaiden 2, Ninja Gaiden 1. Gotta flip those around here. That would bug me. Two copies of Tecmo Super Bowl, 2 copies of Tecmo Bowl, Rygar, Wizards and Warriors, the original, and then some Acclaim games. And I guess these are in the opposite order here, but Krusty's Funhouse, Bart vs. the World, Bart vs. the Space Mutants, Smash TV, Double Dragon 3, Double Dragon 2. I don't have those in order because they're not in the order by publisher. And yes, I know that Mega Man 6 was published by Nintendo, but come on, how can you not put the Mega Mans together? I mean, seriously. I mean, 1 through 6 have got to be together. So, where was I? Double Dragon 2, Double Dragon 3, Back to the Future 2 and 3, TNC Surf Designs, Zanak, Magmax, Dungeons and Dragons. We've switched publishers now, I realize that, but these are just kind of the miscellaneous ones that I have. Addams Family, Pugsley Scavenger Hunt, Maniac Mansion, Totally Rad, Iron Tank, POW, Adventure Island 2, Skate or Die 2, Castle of Dragon, Casino Kid, Battle of Olympus, Solstice, Super Dodgeball, Gauntlet, Pac-Man, and then the 2 Tengen ones on the end are Tengen, RBI Baseball, and Tubin. And that copy of Tubin has an actual Tengen sleeve with it as well. It's the only one of those I have, so I'll hang on to that. I've had a lot, oh, and also I have, this was my original carrying case I've had from when I was a kid, and since I have enough room to fit that on this shelf, those are sort of like the top 10 games, games that, you know, are always going to be ready to play, you're always going to want to grab and just play. So Zelda, Link, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, the original Contra, the first and original Castlevania, Metroid, Super Mario / Duck Hunt, Mario 2, Mario 3, and Donkey Kong Classics. So I have duplicates of all of those except for, that's somehow my only copy of Mario Brothers / Duck Hunt. Obviously I've had more of those over the years, but I guess I just whittled it down to just that last one and Donkey Kong Classics. So I have at least one other copy of each one of those besides those two. I realized when I finally got a chance to put all these games up on the shelf and organize them, go through them, that I don't have too many rare or uncommon games. I've traded away a lot more rare and uncommons than I've kept over the years. Most notably, I've had Zombie Nation that I've had and traded, and don't miss it. It's you know, it's not a very good game. It's a mediocre shooter at best. I've had a Widget. I've had Bucky O'Hare. Kind of wish I still had that one. I've had Bible Adventures. I've had Young Indiana Jones. I've had Young James Bond or James Bond Jr. At one point. A couple of others, but not many that I really care that I don't have anymore. There's only a few loose carts that I'd like to have, and I would say that, you know, my budget for retro games just isn't there to get them. There's only a few that I can really think of that I'd like to have. Ninja Gaiden 3 would be one of them. DuckTales 2. That's about it. Obviously, I'd love to have, you know, a Little Samson or a Panic Restaurant, but you know, I'm just not going to pay those kind of prices. So I'm pretty happy with this collection. You let me know what you think. Is there something I absolutely should have? Is there something I should just get rid of out of here? I feel like I've whittled it down to a lot of games that are good and worth playing. So let me know what you think. I appreciate the comments, and thank you for subscribing to the channel. And anything you'd like to see get played or reviewed, let me know. Thanks a lot.